Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India, India's voice to the world. This is Sports Buzz and I'm Preeti. Coming up in the next half an hour. Chennai Super Kings all set to host Kolkata Knight Riders at Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai. Akshay Bhatia wins Texas Open, defeats Denny McCarthy in a sudden death playoff. And Liverpool squanders opportunity to return to the top of the Premier League as they were held to a draw in another Old Trafford thriller with Manchester United. Let's begin with all the updates from IPL first. Defending champions and five-time winners, Chennai Super Kings are all set to host the Kolkata Knight Riders at the Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai. The two-time IPL champions are second on the table with 3 wins out of 3, while Chennai Super Kings are desperate to get back to the winning ways, but they face the Kolkata challenge as they have been a force to reckon with in the opening season. Also, after winning the first 2 matches, Chennai lost the way and suffered defeat in the last 2 to drop down in the points table. Now, the two teams have played some historic matches, including 2 IPL finals. Kolkata had famously beaten Chennai to win the IPL 2012 title at the Chepauk Stadium. Chennai won their 4th IPL title in 2021 by beating Kolkata in the final at a rather one-sided final by 27 runs. Chennai have enjoyed a fairly good run against Kolkata, and Kolkata too have had their fair share of wins against the men in yellow and have won 3 games at Chepauk. In the 28 matches played between the two sides, Chennai have won 18 games, while Kolkata have won 10 matches. Mumbai Indians ended the 3-match losing streak this season after they trounced Delhi Capitals by 29 runs on Sunday in Mumbai to clinch their maiden win. The hosts posted 234 for the loss of 5 wickets after Romero Shepherd smashed 32 runs in the final over of the T20 cricket match. Shepherd came out of nowhere to slam a 10-ball 39. He and Tim David added 53 runs in the last 3 overs to help Mumbai Indians set up the imposing total. In reply, Delhi Capitals lost their opener David Warner early. Though Prithvi Shaw and Abhishek Porel added 88 runs to keep the visitors in the hunt, but the other batters failed to measure up to the challenge. Jasprit Bumrah snapped up both Shaw and Porel to put the brakes on Capital's scoring rate as the run rate began to mount. Tristan Stubb went ballistic to make 25 ball 71 not out. All right, DD India correspondent Narayan Singh joins us. Narayan, good afternoon. Now, IPL fervour is certainly gripping the country, and it is Chennai versus Kolkata today. How are things looking like for you? Also, tell us about the players to watch out for today evening.
Preeti, if you take a look at this match, Chennai Super Kings lost their previous 2 matches, and so far the Kolkata Knight Riders are unbeaten so far in this tournament, and in that context it's going to be a very important match for the Chennai Super Kings because after 4 matches they lost 2 matches and won 2 matches. So in that sense it's a very important match for them, and they are playing at their home ground at Chidambaram Stadium, and we know that how well and how they play at this stadium. It's very difficult for any team to beat Chennai at Chepauk. So in that sense, but if you take a look, the behavior of Chennai this pitch this season is quite different from the past season. Initially, in the past season, if you take a look, it always favored the spin bowlers, but this time the things are looking different. So far, the 2 matches played here, we saw that 18 wickets were taken by the fast bowlers and remaining 4 were taken by the pace bowler. In that sense, it's going to be difficult for the Chennai Super Kings because if you take a look, the spin resources, Kolkata Knight Riders have a fantastic spin bowlers. Sunil Narine is there, and we can say the Chakravarti is there and Yash is there. So in that sense, their spin is very best in this tournament. One of the best spin bowlers Kolkata Knight Riders have in this tournament. If you take a look at the Chennai Super Kings in the last match where they lost their match, their frontline pacers were not there, and because of that, it was a huge problem for them. And today it remains to be seen whether they plays or not, because Mustafizur was there back to the home to Bangladesh to fix his visa problem for the T20 World Cup. And apart from that, we saw that they were also lacking a few technical problems in the last match. The way they bought Ajinkya Rane and Samir Rizvi were not there, and Daryl Mitchell was not promoted. And even if you take a look at the Ravindra Jadeja, he is not hitting the sixes, because if you talk about the T20 game, is all about the strike rate, not about the averages. So few problems are with the Chennai Super Kings here, but all in all, we can say that despite of all these facts, it is still difficult for any team to beat Chennai at Chepauk.
All right, that was about the match today. But talking of the match yesterday, Mumbai Indians finally managed to win their first game after losing 3 matches. Narayan, how do you analyze what is wrong with the team, in the sense, what is behind this lackluster performance?
If you talk about Mumbai Indians, it is one of the most successful teams of the IPL, the Indian Premier League. They have won 5 titles. We also know that they are slow starters in the tournament. Every time when they are there in this league, they start slowly, they lose initial few matches. After that, they come to the next level. And on similar lines, we saw that finally they got that thing, we can say the most needed win for them. And few problems were there for the Mumbai Indians, because if you take a look, their top order, they were doing good. Rohit Sharma was doing good, but they were not able to convert those starts into a big one. That was the problem. And yesterday, they set a template for the other teams. If you take a look, the 234 runs they made, there was not a single half century in that innings. So it shows that you have to go with the flow of the match. Similarly, and you take a look the way Tim David and Romero Shepherd did damage to their opponents in the last overs. In the last 5 overs, I think they scored around 90 runs. So this is the kind of performance we are waiting from the Mumbai Indians. And Hardik Pandya was also in pressure. He was also searching for this elusive win, because he has been made captain by replacing Rohit Sharma. So he was also under pressure. So finally they got win, and we know the kind of team, what the kind of players Mumbai Indians have. So from here, I think they will continue this winning momentum, considering the class and the players they have. So all in all, they need to stick to this policy, the template they have said, that you should not go for the averages and you should go with the flow of the matches. This is also a new thing that they just put in front of other things, rather than going for the personal milestone, 50s, 60s, scoring big runs. It's all about the strike rate. Even if you are scoring 30, 40 odd runs in the 20 balls with a strike rate of 200, definitely it will work for your team. And that was crucial in this match.
All right, Narayan, we leave it here. Thank you for joining in with those analysis and those details. And still with IPL, Lucknow Super Giants defeated Gujarat Titans by 33 runs in their IPL 2024 match at Ekana Cricket Stadium on Sunday. Also, the Gujarat side could not mount a strong chase of 164 and ended at 130 all out, as Lucknow pacer Yash Thakur's 5 for 30 and spinner Krunal Pandya 3 for 11 came up with impactful performance. Yash also became the first bowler in IPL 2024 to bowl a double wicket maiden. For Gujarat, only opener B. Sai Sudarshan could offer some resistance. Earlier, Marcus Stoinis made a fine 50 as Lucknow made 163 for 5. Lucknow rode on Stoinis' solid effort to reach a power total. Other contributions came from skipper KL Rahul and Nicholas Pooran. For Gujarat, pacers Umesh Yadav and Darshan Nalkande took 2 wickets apiece. Yash Thakur's stellar performance in the IPL 2024 season is an evidence to the league's role in nurturing and promoting young fast bowlers. His journey from domestic cricket to IPL success is a source of inspiration for aspiring cricketers everywhere, highlighting the transformative power of the world's premier T20 tournament. We get to more in this report.
The Indian Premier League has often been hailed as a breeding ground for young talents.
and one area where it consistently delivers is in nurturing fast bowlers. The 2024 edition of the IPL is no exception, as it has witnessed the emergence of promising talents like Mayank Yadav and Yash Thakur, who have showcased their skills on the cricket's grandest stage. Mayank Yadav's feat of delivering the fastest delivery of the IPL 2024 season was just a glimpse of the potential that young bowlers bring to the tournament. However, it was Yash Thakur who truly stole the spotlight with his remarkable performance for the Lucknow Super Giants against Gujarat Titans. In a match where every delivery mattered, Yash Thakur etched his name in the IPL history by becoming the first bowler to claim 5 wickets in this season of IPL. His spell of 5 for 30 not only secured victory for LSG but also highlighted his immense talent and potential. What makes Yash Thakur's achievement even more remarkable is his background. Hailing from Kolkata and representing Vidarbha in domestic cricket, Thakur's journey to IPL stardom is evidence of league's ability to provide a platform for players from all corners of the country. It's worth noting that Thakur's success is not an isolated incident. Many players who have made their mark in IPL have gone on to represent their countries at the highest level. Moreover, IPL's role in nurturing young talent extends beyond individual success stories. The league's competitive environment, high-pressure situations, and exposure to international stars provide invaluable learning experiences for aspiring cricketers. Looking beyond Thakur's heroic, the IPL serves as a catalyst for the dreams of countless young cricketers across the country. His journey from domestic cricket to IPL success is a source of inspiration for aspiring cricketers everywhere, highlighting transformative power of the world's premier T20 tournament. As the IPL continues to evolve, one thing remains certain: it will continue to be a factory of fast bowlers, shaping the future of Indian cricket for years to come. Narayan Singh Sports for DD India.
All right, let's turn focus to hockey now. India went down against Australia 2-4 in the second match of the 5-match series in Perth on Sunday. India led at the halftime 2-1 despite trailing to an early goal. Drag flicks from Jugraj Singh and Harmanpreet Singh put them in a good position. But in the third quarter blitz, the Australians stormed back to score 3 goals. For Australia, Jeremy Hayward scored a brace, while Anderson Jacob and Nathan Ephraim's netted 1 goal each. India now trail the 5-match hockey test series 0-2 after they were thrashed 5-1 in the opening match. All right, on to golf now. Young Indian-American Akshay Bhatia won Texas Open on Sunday, defeating Denny McCarthy in a sudden death playoff at the end of a dramatic final round of the PGA Tour's Texas Open in San Antonio. Bhatia, who is now the last qualifier to the Masters, went into the final round with a 4-shot lead, but a remarkable back 9 from McCarthy forced a playoff. McCarthy made 8 birdies after the turn, finishing with 7 in a row as he carded a 9 under 63. His 12-foot birdie put on the 18th, left Bhatia needing to sink his own 11-footer to avoid defeat and head to a playoff, and the 22-year-old Californian did not flinch. On to tennis now. Tennis player Sumit Nagal became the first Indian to enter the Monte Carlo Masters singles main draw in 42 years, beating Facundo Diaz Acosta of Argentina in a 3-setter in the final qualifying round on Sunday. Nagal, ranked 35th, in fact 95th in the world, defeated his world number 55 rival 7-5 to 6-6-2 in a grueling match that lasted 2 hours 25 minutes. Nagal will meet world number 35 Matteo Arnaldi of Italy in the first round of the main draw in the clay court tournament. The 26-year-old Nagal was following the footsteps of the legendary Ramesh Krishnan, who had made it to the main draw of the same tournament in 1982. Yannick Sinner tempered expectations ahead of his clay court season debut in Monte Carlo, despite his impressive start to 2024. The world number 2, who boasts a 22-1 record so far this year, having lifted his first Grand Slam at the Australia Open in January before adding an ATP 500 title in Rotterdam, overtook 2-time major winner Carlos Alcaraz in the rankings with victory at Miami Open in March. Speaking at a press conference, the 22-year-old Italian insisted, however, that he still has a lot to prove on clay and will use the ATP 1000 tournament to prepare for the French Open and Paris Olympics, which will both be played on Roland Garros red clay.
I think it's going to be very interesting to see how all the players will handle this situation. It's quite unique to go after grass again to clay. But let's see. I think it's important to practice in a certain way. Maybe the first week, it's very tough. Here usually are very strange results a couple of times, and but it's gonna be interesting to see. The hard court swing for me was really good. Now we see what I can do on clay. Last year I played well here, but then after I didn't play well. So let's see. It's gonna be tough for sure, because it's a surface where I struggle a little bit usually, but I'm very excited to come back and hopefully to do better.
World number one Novak Djokovic said on Saturday that both he and his coach Goran Ivanisevic felt it was the right time to part ways. Ivanisevic, who claimed the singles title at Wimbledon in 2001 after finishing runners-up in 1992, 1994 and 1998, joined Djokovic's team in 2019 and helped the 36-year-old win 9 Grand Slam titles. Djokovic, who announced the end to his highly successful partnership with his coach last month, said that both the men felt it was the time for a change.
I think he answered it very well the other day in his interview, where he said that we just both felt we gave each other in this relationship the maximum, and it was time to move on. So it's pretty simple. He remains, one of the most successful coaches in the history of the game. What we've done is something that cannot be, deleted. So results and history speaks for itself, and he remains, of course, a dear friend of me and my family.
Up next, we will head for a short break, but still to come on this edition of DD India Sports Buzz, Britain Russ Cook successfully completes monumental journey across Africa. Cuban soccer player Hernandez takes jab at breaking record for most time doing keepy-uppies.
We just don't bring you the news as it unfolds. We get to the heart of the matter.
We don't just present facts. We demystify complex social, political and economic events.
We break stories that shape the world's present and future, because you deserve the truth.
I am Tanvi Taneja from New Delhi.
I'm Ollie Barrett from London.
I'm Nick Harper from Washington, D.C.
Join us on DD India Global Monday to Friday at these times.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching DD India Sports Buzz and I'm Preeti. Let's continue getting you more updates. Polish tennis player Hubert Hurkacz claimed the first clay court title of his career in the summit clash of Estoril Open. Hurkacz defeated Spain's Pedro Martinez 6-3, 6-4 on Sunday. The second seed at the ATP 250 event, Hurkacz hit 15 aces and won 83% of his first serve points to wrap up the win in under 90 minutes. With his 8th title, the 27-year-old Pole is now 8-2 in the tour finals and will equal a career high when he rises to number 8 in the world rankings on Monday. Meanwhile, Martinez, who upset top seed Casper Ruud 6-4, 4-6, 6-4 in Saturday's semi-final, is now 1-2 in career ATP Tour finals. Will Spanish tennis icon Rafael Nadal be able to finish his glorious career on a high? Now, that's the question surrounding the 37-year-old, as he is once again plagued by injury, withdrawing his name from the Monte Carlo Masters. He has 6 weeks to get himself in peak condition for the Roland Garros, and a great performance could allow him to compete in the Paris Olympics. Take a look at this report.
Welcome, Rafael Nadal! Questions is again raised as to whether 22 times Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal be able to finish his career on high after he withdrew from the upcoming Monte Carlo Masters, citing his body is not yet ready for competition. The 37-year-old Spaniard, who has said he expects to retire after the 2024 season, returned to competition in Brisbane in January with lots of promise. This was after almost a year he was sidelined with a hip flexor injury, but has not played an ATP event since. His performances in Australia raised questions about whether the 37-year-old could compete for trophies, as injuries have continued to be a serious concern for Nadal. After withdrawal from the Australian Open, Qatar Open and Indian Wales, the 22-time Grand Slam champion latest withdrawal has raised further speculation about his future. Nadal's comeback has not gone as planned after an 11-month sabbatical, and missing the start of the clay season is yet another setback that he must overcome if he is yet to prove that he is still one of the greatest in the game. The 37-year-old Spaniard, who has won the tournament a record 11 times, said, "These are very difficult moments for me, sporting-wise. Unfortunately, I have to tell you that I am not going to be playing in Monte Carlo. My body simply won't allow me. And even if I am working hard and making the maximum effort every day with all the will to play and compete again at tournaments that have been very important for me, the truth is that I can't play today. You have no idea how hard this is for me to not be able to play these events." In January, the Spaniard said that although he is expected to bring the curtains down on his glittering but injury-plagued career in 2024, but the future is unpredictable. The problem about saying it's going to be my last season is that I can't predict what's going on 100% in the future. The reoccurring troubles will be a major obstacle to Nadal's season plans, putting his goal of winning the French Open, which he has won 14 times, in peril. For much of his career, Nadal has used Monte Carlo as a springboard for the French Open, a Grand Slam event he has won a record 14 times and which he is still hoping to play in, perhaps for the last time. The last of his 11 wins in Monte Carlo was in 2018. He fell at the semi-finals in 2019, the quarters in 2021 and missed the 2020, 2022 and 2023 editions. Of those 11 wins, 9 were followed by victory at Roland Garros. The desire to get out on court is still there, especially on the red clay of Roland Garros, but his body, with over 20 years of wear and tear, looks likely to have the final say. Sports Desk, DD India.
Liverpool squandered the opportunity to return to the top of the Premier League as they were held to a draw in another Old Trafford thriller with Manchester United. Manager Jurgen Klopp and his players paid the price for missing numerous chances, having overrun the hosts for long periods. Liverpool only had a Lewis Dye strike to show for almost total first half superiority, in which they had 15 shots to none from United. Liverpool now lie second behind leaders Arsenal on goal difference, with Manchester a point further back at the third place. Fenerbahce's players walked off the pitch after 1 minute of Sunday's Turkish Super Cup match against Galatasaray, forcing the game to be abandoned and conceding the trophy. Fenerbahce, who played with their under-19 team, withdrew from the match in Sanliurfa after Galatasaray's Argentine striker Mauro Icardi scored. The move appeared to be part of a protest after the former team considered withdrawing from the league in March after their players were attacked by fans during a match. All right, on to cycling now. Reigning world champion Netherlands Mathieu van der Poel crushed home solo to a second successive victory in the fastest ever edition of the Paris-Roubaix, simultaneously becoming the first rider in 11 years to clinch the Tour of Flanders-Roubaix double. Now, second place in the historic velodrome was Jasper Philipsen for a 1-2 for Alpecin, outsprinting Mads Pedersen in fact, in third and Nils Pollitt fourth. Mathieu van der Poel broke his own record time in the process after a stunning solo attack. The Dutch world champion pounced 60 kilometers from the finish and went on to beat the mark he set last year by almost 3 minutes. It was his sixth win in a monument, the name given to the road cycling's 5 most prestigious one-day races. After months of relentless determination and unwavering commitment, Britain, Russ Cook successfully completed his monumental journey across Africa on Sunday. 27-year-old Cook, nicknamed Hardest Geezer, embarked on the remarkable journey last April from Cape Agulhas in South Africa, finishing in Ras Angela, Bizerte in Tunisia. Over 352 days, he traversed 16,000 kilometers through 16 countries along Africa's west coast, becoming the first person to run the length of the entire continent. Former Cuban soccer player Eric Hernandez, 56 years of age, attempted to break a world record by continuously juggling a soccer ball, a feat known as keepy-uppies, for 12 hours and 6 minutes in Havana. Hernandez aims for this achievement to motivate young people, imparting the message that determination surpasses natural ability. The previous record stood at 12 hours, and Hernandez is now awaiting recognition from the Guinness World Records for his recent endeavour. Hernandez currently retains the Guinness World Record for the most touches to a soccer ball with his head, with a 30-second time frame. All right, with that, we end this edition of DD India Sports Buzz. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. You can also connect with us on Facebook, X and also Instagram. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Preeti signing off, and from all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Sports Buzz.